Yogurt time! It's now 5 p.m. and I just finished selecting the thing here for it to start processing in HD. So now I'm going to start trying to work on the photo a little bit and then just try to probably spend a while on that to see if I can get some white balance stuff figured out. And then, yeah, I don't know what I'll do after that. Probably get back to listing that stuff. Okay, there's another one. A fifth one of these things. So normally something would have 4 stands on it, but I have found a 5th one now. Where do they come from? I can't figure it out. There's 5 of these guys now. Every time I put them in the garbage and just give it a couple weeks and another one appears somewhere. It's driving me crazy. Where are they from? I think I may have found out where they're from. The bottom of my monitor. If you look here, there's still one left, and all the others are gone because I've had to put it on the hot plate since it was at the wrong level for the other monitor. So, yeah, that's where it's from. But how come there's so many? Why are they... There's one here, 2, 3, 4, 5. But where did I get the other one from then? This doesn't make any sense. Moved a whole bunch of containers from over here that were ones that didn't have in the bagged area to the table over there. You can kind of see some stacked up over there, and then the one-off stuff and misordered or whatever type of Technic stuff is on top of the scale over there. And now I am going through these boxes and just stacking like this on top of the containers over here to get them all sorted. And then, for example, some of them, there's more than others. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gallon sized bags of brick lift arm things here so far. There might be, oh yep, here's another one mixed in. So that's 6 gallon sized bags of these for over here now, and 2 of the rounded ones. And I think there's probably, oh yep, here's another one. So there's quite a few of these guys, I'd say. So this will have to get sub-sorted and everything like that. So I'm just quickly going through these containers and just stacking everything up as needed. And then I'm going to, for the ones that might have slipped through that don't have any extras, like no extras over here, I'm going to put on the table with the other ones. And, oh, the cart's moving on its own. And it hit the table. Interesting. So yeah, then I'll work on this stuff now. Well, with everything moving around, I seem to have lost one of the matte knot sliding thingy-majiggies for my cart, so I'm down to just one now. I mean, I've looked everywhere and I just can't find one because it was here for a while, and before that it was just kind of sitting over here, and it's not here, so... who knows? And so this is the Technic stuff I brought over. I think there's going to be a few more that I'll bring over. And here's the other Technic stuff that didn't get directly sorted. And so yeah, there's going to be lots of quantity. Like there's got to be like 100 or 200 of these guys in here alone. And so that's always nice to be able to have good quantity of parts. One of them I did, 2 of them I did put over here because they can be stacked and stuff like that. So that's over there. And then the cart is now empty again because the boxes were sitting on it for a while, and this is what the results of, I can't remember how many pounds it's been because it's been a while since I checked last, but it's like 1,400 or somewhere between 1,400 and like 2,000 pounds of Lego, and this is the Technic from that's being sorted. So yeah, this here is all of the standard pins that I got. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags plus a container that's about halfway or so full by the looks of it. So each bag of these can contain probably 500 to 1,000 pins easily, most likely. And so yeah, then there's a whole bunch of these guys here. Can never remember what they're called when searching them up, but I think they're like Technic axle connectors or something like that. Then there's a couple containers over here that I can bring back, like these ones. And then there's some in this stack that I can probably take back. And is that a... Huh, you don't see that in white too often. I wonder if that's real Lego or not. And then that one there I found, but I couldn't find the container back. It used to be in the bottom right corner, but it's not here anymore, so who knows about that? And then there's a couple things over here, and then a lot of these pins, not nearly as many as I would have thought for these, and then lots of these guys, which I showed earlier. And then this here is like my Bionicle Technic weapon stuff. Just anything that kind of looked like that is in those, so a decent amount of those. On the left here is more so just random Technic parts. They were kind of sorted, but not the most specific of all sorting. Like, there's probably going to be similar ones in a lot of them, so that one's going to require special attention once I get to that. So, yeah, there's just lots of stuff here, so this is just a quick overview of the results of it. I thought there was a second bag of flick missiles, but I guess not. So I can bring this back as well. So yeah, hopefully a lot of this stuff should be in the store in the coming weeks, months, or probably in my rate years. But yeah, just wanted to give an update. So the part does exist in white, and it goes for a decent amount. So that's nice. Let's see what sets it's from. I'm going to just open this and then go white. It exists in light gray as well. How much is that worth? Well, it says it's actually in a set in light gray. So considering that there's not an image of it, that's interesting. Oh, it's from this thing here. And this thing, I remember a while back I was looking at the inventory for it. This thing was sitting for the longest time. So no one really actually knows what's in here, unless they actually spent time finally approving it, or if they just kind of left it as a mystery unknown. And my computer's now frozen. I'm scrolling. And nothing's, oh, there it is. And so yeah, it's zero feedback user inventoried this, but I don't know what they ultimately finished with for this. So for all I know, it's partially incomplete or something like that. But then it might exist, might not exist, who knows. But then this here is from a couple sets. This one here I'm like 90% sure I got because I had a decent amount of the other parts that used to be exclusive to this, like the one axle thing that was re-released. Not axle, pin or pin axle. Or there's several different ones in white that are worth a good amount, but then I think the one was re-released. Okay, this one hasn't been re-released yet, that's nice, but the one was re-released in a crocodile. It's part of the crocodile tail. And so at least this one hasn't, so I should have a good amount of those guys, which will be worth a pretty penny. And so yeah, then that's that. So that was just curiosity. And then this one here, it's actually taken apart, but its individual parts aren't listed in Bricklink, in the Bricklink catalog, but they're actually pretty easy to take apart. So I might, and they have different numbers, so I might end up just trying to add an alternate number to the catalog for the part for easier finding. And then possibly adding an inventory for the part. I haven't decided on that yet. And so then I'm just curious, are they over here? I don't think so. So let's see if we can quickly see how many of the white things there are. They should be in this area here. I'm not seeing many of them, but there are a couple. Like you can see one there, and there's probably going to be more mixed in. I just don't want to risk spilling it all and stuff like that. But yeah, that's interesting to see there. Unless, am I getting that mixed up with another thing? Oh no, I'm not. Okay. So yeah, then I'll just finish working on this stuff here. But yeah, then there was this one in white that was re-released, but I had a decent amount of them, and I never got around to listing them because they're all mixed in. But that one's fallen in value quite a bit. That used to be like $3-4 a piece, and so yeah, that's not really worth much now because it was re-released, unfortunately, in white. Time to start working on some of these guys. It's currently 10:44 p.m., so I might have time because I'll work for probably about half hour or so more. So I'm going to try and get a whole bunch of this stuff stacked and sorted, and then just see how much time I have left for listing. I got some more containers out. You can almost see my reflection, but not quite. And so I got some more containers out there and a couple here. And so then I'll see if I can list some of them. I had completely forgotten to make the vlog public for the previous one. I forgot all about it for like 5 or so hours, but that's I now publicized now, so at least I remembered. And so now I'm listing the last of these items, and that's for sale now. Filled up a decent amount of drawers here. I'll just put this one back up here for now. And so then these guys can get put away. The next thing that I always do is just go my store, inventory, missing my remarks, click go, nothing's missing or marks. So I can put all of these guys away, and there aren't any parcel orders yet, so I don't have to worry about shipping anything out tomorrow, and so that's good. And then here's the garbage from the parts, so I'll just put that over there real quick. And so then I was able to tackle one container of the Technic, which took like 40 or 50 minutes because it's currently 11:24, but I'm now done for the day. Can't say I know why, but I'm not gonna complain. Just finished breakfast, now gotta get yogurt ready. Yogurt time! So I just quickly got the few Galador parts I sold that have to go parcel because they're going to the States. And so they got 3 of these things and 2 of these things. All in, they paid about $22.50 for these parts here. So then that's after shipping. So then I'll bag them up and then get them packed up and shipped out because tomorrow post office is closed. So if I get any more parcel orders while I'm packing this up, I'll ship those out as well. But otherwise, if I get any parcel orders either today or after 1 p.m. tomorrow, I'll just have to message the buyer and say, since it's Remembrance Day, the post offices are closed, so I won't be able to ship out your parcels. I will still ship out the letter mail orders tomorrow as normal, since the drop box for the letter mail and stuff like that is still all open and everything like that, and it'll probably just get picked up on Saturday or something like that. I don't know. Those things have really weird timing on them, and they say they get picked up at one time, but then they get picked up at different times. Sometimes they say they get picked up on one day, then they don't on other days. It'll get to the buyer, that's all I know, within a reasonable amount of time, considering it's from Canada Post. But it's the holiday weekend, so no matter what happens, whether I drop it off in the post office today, it'll end up just sitting somewhere for a while anyways, or something like that. So ultimately shouldn't affect the shipping time, at least not in any significant way. So then I'll ship out the parcel today, and then I won't have to worry about messaging any additional buyers that their order will get delayed tomorrow. Just wanted to give a quick update of some of the stuff I was able to list. I've got a whole bunch of these things here, which I could never remember the name of, and I had to use Google Lens to find. There was a dozen of those black ones, and they go for like $2 or $3 each, something like that. And the light bluish gray go for like half a buck each. So that was nice. And then some other Technic parts there. Then I listed a whole bunch of these panel type things here in mostly black, but there's also a couple in white and one in green. Then a couple of these. There's 2 variants of this thing, but they're under the same listing. One has transparent clear insert in the middle, you kind of see a little bit there, and then the other version has it in black. So I did just separate those. And the transparent clear ones seem to be a bit rarer, so I did put them slightly above the other ones, just in case anyone's looking for those, so that the cheaper one would get sold first. This one was just buying based off of wanted list. And so then I've got this here is pretty much all the garbage I've got from everything I've listed for the past while, so it's not too bad at all. And this one here, you might be able to see it in the video, it's just all scuffed up badly and everything like that. It probably looks not quite as bad in the video, but in person it's quite bad. So then I'll just leave that there, and then I'm going to try to tackle all of these guys here, since I have the remarks saved for the panel thing saying that they have scuffs and stuff on them. I word it slightly differently, but then I'll just do that, and because it's currently 6:03 p.m. so it's gonna be supper soon. Just sold a set from the eBay room, so let's quickly grab it. It was an Overwatch set again, and I'm just confirming there's 3 of those there, so that's good. Sold this set. Nope, that's not it. Aha, it's this one over here. So let me just move this out of the way a little bit to the side. Well, I'll just set it on top here. Sold this set right here, retailed for $49.99 Canadian. And so we would have either paid retail for it or most likely got it on sale, probably for $35 to $40. And it just sold for $99.99 plus $24.99 on shipping, and then tax on top of that. All in, they were in about $143 for the set. So that was a nice sale. Well, it's time to start this container here. This is not going to be a fun one to do. Let's just quickly search up the part. It is 87068 by the looks of it. So 87068. And of course I got that wrong. 1 second, let me try again. It is, was I reading it upside down? 87089. Okay, 87089. Nope. Okay, what number is this? This is confusing. Let's see here. 8788 87889 or 883. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this off camera then. I thought that was the first one I typed in, 87083, but apparently not. So this is the one here. These don't sell for too much specifically, and they don't exist in those colors there. I mean, they probably do exist in black because that's a bit difficult to confuse with something else, but these are most likely just confused lengths or something like that. And so then these are dark bluish gray. How much are they worth? I'm thinking 2 or 3 cents. Yep, 3 cents a piece. So not much. So yeah, I could probably get 3, maybe 4 cents a piece for them on the high end. They are not the best seller, but there is a lot of them. At least I don't have to worry about separating dark gray out of them or anything like that. But yeah, now this is going to take a while to check for damage because I have to check each one individually by basically picking it up, rolling it around, and then going to the next one, and so on and so forth. And there's got to be, I'm thinking, 300 to 400 in here by the looks of it. It's currently 8:18 p.m. if my camera will focus. Now 8:19 p.m. So let's see how long this takes. It's now 9:20 p.m. and I just finished checking these for damage. I didn't check them for damage the entire time. I was doing other stuff on my computer and stuff like that. So I was doing other things. So it didn't take an entire hour to actually check these for damage. More like 20 to 30 minutes or so, and these ones are the garbage. A couple of them just kind of fell in that container, in this container while they're sorting, and you can't really get them back, and since they're low value, they'll just end up staying in there, so that's fine. That happens with every brick to some extent, probably more with this one though, because they're just easy to fall when you're sorting them. I'm checking them for damage, so now I am going to count these guys and get them listed. I'll check back in once I finish counting them and have the page up, just in case you're curious how many there actually was in the end. Just finished counting every single one of these guys, and there ended up being 424 of them. So now I'm going to bag them up and put them in a box and then find whatever I want to list next. My computer's taking one out of the notebook from when I was in school. Yogurt time! Just finished checking these guys for damage, so I'm going to get them listed now. I've been working on adding some inventory throughout the day. I didn't get most of this stuff here is from yesterday, or at least a couple of them, and so then I've got orders shipped out, but since this is a parcel one, I'm gonna wait till either tomorrow, Saturday, or Monday in order to pack it up, just so that the tracking number thing, I don't get anything mixed up, because you have to select the day that I drop it off when I ship that with Chit Chats. And so then I just avoid messing that up, and then just to avoid any potential issues with shipping dates and worried why it's marked as shipped but hasn't moved in several days or anything like that, because on eBay when you print the shipping label, it automatically marks it as shipped. So I'll just wait on that for now. I just leave it here so I remember. And so then I was able to get a bit of stuff here listed. I don't remember if I showed it in the bag. I don't think so, but this here is all of the it looks like 4L with stop ring axles that I got to the other day, and then there's just a whole bunch of different Technic parts in these containers. And as mentioned, just finished checking these for damage. This here is the garbage from throughout the day and a little bit from yesterday that I found. This one here, so I'll have to figure out if I'm going to add that to the catalog or just figure that entire thing out there. And so then once this is listed, I'll get to the next stack here. So lots of stuff here to list, that's good. And this is the empty container stack. This is from today and yesterday, so overall pretty good progress. When I see a bug, I just put a container over it, and then I wait for someone to get rid of it. Just a quick update, I was listing a whole bunch more of the parts here. I don't know how much of this stuff was here last time, and got one container, one small bag of these parts. Just didn't want to fill up a drawer because I have a lot more box space than I have drawer space. So even if it could fit in a drawer, but if it's an odd shaped item or something like that, I will try to put it into a box. And so now I've got this here. There was a new thing on Bricklink in regards to the scuba gear stuff. Let me see if I can show you an example. I just submitted an image because they're going to be doing a catalog split when they get around to it, between this version that has no inside axle holder and then this version here, which you can see has an axle holder on the inside. So they're going to be separating those catalog entries. So I had this container over here, just got a photo for that, and so that's being submitted now. And so then I can put this guy back over here and put this stuff back in. And so now I've got this small stack of containers here, which is stuff that was misordered, because this stuff actually belongs in a container. I honestly couldn't tell you where the container is. Actually, it might even be that container right no, that's a different one. It's one of these containers here, and it's for the odds and ends container, and a lot more of these are in there. There's a couple of them mixed in with the Technic stuff, but this stuff here, it's always a shame to mix stuff back up but when it's already sorted. But luckily this stuff here is just a super small quantity, and it's always unfortunate, but this is something that has to be done, since it's otherwise just going to be a lot more work down the road and stuff in comparison to the time sorted. It's always a shame to do this, and I always feel so bad doing it, but it has to get done. And so then these containers are now added to the stack, which is almost falling over. And this here, about here, was yesterday or so, if I'm remembering correctly, and then most of this stuff was from today / a little bit from yesterday, and there's a random speck here. So, oh, I completely missed it. Okay, there it is. And so now I've got this stuff I have to put back in the one container whenever I get around to it, and then I'm going to list these guys next. And then I'll try to get around to a couple of these smaller containers over here. This here is the version without the side slots, because as you can see, these ones have the slot on the side and these ones don't. So then I'll probably just get around to some of this stuff sooner than later, and then just try to get a few more things done over here, since it is now only 9 p.m. So I still have got a decent amount of time to get stuff listed. I was working on listing some of these parts here, so I'm just going to quickly add this to the inventory. And then I noticed on this page, it says that there's currently 29,999 lots for sale. And after some form discussion on a previous time, we realized that this number is actually different for people depending on where they are, and probably something to do with stores on least favorite list and shipping locations, and it's just a real confusing thing. But this number is actually different for some people, or it's a different number about how many of them are for sale, because I think you can change that to quantity for sale instead of lots for sale. There's a lot of different things that you can change, but the number is different. But I've added a whole bunch now, so if I refresh this, it is now over 30,000 lots for sale of this part here. So I just thought that was interesting. So now that I am finished, almost knocked that over, with a lot of those, there's a whole bunch of them into the garbage container now. And so this is mostly just from the day's work of all the Technic stuff I couldn't list. And so now I'm going to tackle the no slot version of these, and then it's currently 10:55 p.m. and I'm not going to show it yet. I'm going to wait a little bit, because I should be able to list this and probably this here or something like that. And then I'm going to show the stack of containers on my right, because it has grown quite a bit. And it's almost worried that it's going to fall over. So once I'm done for the day, I'm going to just pan over to the side there. And all but the, I can show a little bit on the bottom, like this up to here or so were from the other day or something like that. And so then I'm going to show that, because it's I'm pretty happy with the progress I got done today. So I just finished listing stuff for the day. This is my garbage container, so I'll just quickly grab this and dump it in here. Never be afraid to throw out Lego if it's damaged. If it's damaged and it's an expensive part, list it, even if it's above the damage that you would normally list, with damage mentioned, and just mention as much of the damage as you can. But for more common parts, just don't be afraid to just throw out the parts. It's not fun throwing out Lego, I know, but it's better than selling someone damaged parts when they weren't supposed to be damaged and stuff like that. So a quick overview of all of the containers is here. So it's like up about here. So that was the other day, but then from there, today, I was able to get all the way up to here listed. So I am pretty happy with the overall amount that I was able to get listed today. And so then going to call it a day now, because it's 11:20, and this here is what's left. And so for the Technic stuff, there is a couple containers over here, and then there's these ones. Then there is these ones over here. And then after that, I still have the Galador stuff, haven't finished that, but I'm going to wait till probably around next year sometime to work on that. And then I've still got all of this Technic stuff left, so there's still lots to go, but a decent amount of progress has been made already, so that's not bad. And so this will probably be the last clip of the day. just wanted to say thank you for watching the vlog if you got this far. It is currently 2:52 p.m. and I'm going to start editing it. The next vlog should be out on Wednesday.